Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Chance Ball Chapter 17, and this one is titled After. Here is just a polite warning before we start. There is a scene in this chapter that I've had to skip quite heavily over, but as you all know, the completed book without any of the scenes being chopped out can be found on my Quirky Fanfics website. The link is free from my Patreon. Patreon is the same name as here, MLB224 Fanfics. Free to join to get to the website to read the scenes that have been taken out. If you dare. That I should add that in, if you dare. Okay, so without further ado, let's keep going on the chapter. After getting the keys to your villa, he led the way down the path towards it. I'm so excited, you squealed as he skipped along behind him. Want to go for a swim after we put our bags in the house? Sounds good to me. I'll help you change, he said casually. You what? You laughed. Help you change into your swimmers, he stated again as he unlocked the door to the villa. Go on, water's waiting, he added in a brisk tone. He turned and took your hand, leading you inside as he dropped his bag on the floor in the middle of the lounge. Wait, don't you want to put your bag in the room? You asked as you were dragged down the hall to the bedroom. No time for that, he replied, dropping your bag near the bed and then pulling you towards himself as he fell backwards onto the bed. Dabi, what are you— Whoa! You screeched with a giggle as he yanked you down on top of himself. He quickly rolled over so that you were underneath him with his body pinning you down from on top. Now, swimmers, he mumbled as he slid his hands up your arms to your wrist, pinning your arms above your head. Need to get these clothes off so we can put the swimmers on. Well, this is perfect now, Dabi panted as he pulled out of you. You're too worn out to move, so I can put your swimmers on you. You really think I want to go for a swim after that workout? You huffed, looking back over your shoulder at him, your hair clinging to your face from the sweat. Sure you do, he replied chirpily as he hopped off the bed and unzipped your bag, looking through the contents for your swimmers. You watched as he dug through your clothes, looking for the two-piece swim set that you'd packed. Well, can't find it, he said as he stood up. Looks like we'll just have to skinny dip. What? He marched over and picked you up off the bed and slung you over his shoulder. What? No! You screeched with laughter. Put me down! No can do, pretty lady, he said as he slapped your bare ass a few times. Damn, girl, what you doing out here double-cheeked up on a lazy afternoon? He added as he squeezed your ass cheeks with his hands a few times. You're dangerous when you meme, you laughed, still smacking between his shoulder blades for him to put you down. He kissed your hip and swung you off his shoulder. Okay, get ready, he said, patting your backside. Go find your swimmers. Stop it, you laughed, swatting at his hand. Bloody burnt sack of potatoes looking head ass, you grumbled with a smirk as you went to your bag and grabbed for your swimmers. Last one in has to suck the other's toes, Dabi said quickly, before sprinting towards the water. Ew, that's disgusting, you hollered after him. No kink shaming, he yelled back as his feet hit the water. Kink shaming is my kink, you screamed at him as he dove under the waves that were approaching him. You chuckled as he disappeared under the water, enjoying the banter with your man. It was really nice to be alone with him again. You watched as he came back up out of the water, flicking his head back and sending water everywhere as he looked over his shoulder and winked at you with his turquoise eyes. Come on in, Kinky, he called. Get your ass in here before I come up there and drag you in myself. Fat chance, buddy, you called as you walked over to a nice flat spot in the sand and flicked your towel out, setting it down and walking onto it as if you were about to sit down and stay there. Oi, he shouted, cupping his hands to his mouth to project his voice. If you sit down, I'll get a mouthful of seawater and come up there and dump it on you. Don't you dare, you yelled back as you stood on your towel, debating whether or not to actually sit down. You hunched slightly, as if you were about to get down. Yen, he called threateningly, get your sexy ass in here now or else. You stared at him, slowly lowering yourself to the towel as you held dominant eye contact. He waited until you had sat down and then bent his head and scooped up a mouthful of water, marching up onto the beach towards you. No, no! You screamed with laughter as you got up and started running down the beach away from him. He gave chase, cheeks bulging with the water as he ran. Being a libero and lighter than Dabi gave you the upper hand and you easily outran him, laughing like a maniac as you kept glancing over your shoulder. You look like a frigging goldfish, you hollered as he stopped and spat the water out. I'm going to bend you over a rock and spank you for being so disobedient, he growled with a smirk as he stalked towards you and picked you up, carrying you kicking and screaming playfully to the water. The ocean was freezing cold, but it was refreshing, and even though you didn't want to admit it, it was lovely that Dabi had dragged you in there. You stayed in the water for a bit, laughing and chatting before he suggested the two of you take a little stroll to the rock pools nearby. As if I go anywhere with you right now, you're just looking for a reason to bend me over, you pouted playfully. I'm the alpha male, he replied sternly. I've got to own this whole damn beach by doing it everywhere, he added as he stretched his arms out and gestured to everything around you both. Old alpha male you're nothing but a crispy potato with a wig on, you retorted. Yeah? He asked smugly as he grabbed your arm and pulled you into his body, your hands slamming into his bare chest. You haven't realised yet, but I didn't use anything before, he said lowly. This alpha male's going to be the head of our little family. You, me, and baby makes 3. You froze as your brain computed his words. Oh crap, you gasped. Oh no, I need to get the morning after pill and take it right now. Hey, whoa, he said with a small chuckle as he tried to pull away. Why the sudden freak out? You don't want to have kids with me? Well, not at this point in my life, dummy, we're still in school, you replied in an exasperated tone. I can't have a baby just yet. Why not? He asked calmly. I think we'd be great parents. Ha! You laughed sharply. Boy, we have more issues than Vogue magazine, and we're not even married yet, you said, throwing every excuse in the book. So? He replied calmly. So? You said back with surprise. Is that all you can say? So? Do you even care? Are we fighting again? Dabi asked as he tilted his head to the side, his turquoise eyes silently begging for you to calm down. You let out a frustrated sigh. No, I mean, yeah, but no, I don't know, you replied as you yanked your hand from his grasp. I feel like you're forcing this on me. I love you. I'm going to marry you, and I want a family, he parroted in a monotone voice, like he had been rehearsing the line in his head for days, and he finally got the chance to say it. But in his haste to deliver it, it came out without any inflection or warmth. Dabi, you said as you hung your head, I don't want to have a family just now. I want to prove that I can be a better father than... His voice trailed off as he quickly looked away, his jaw muscles flexing with apprehension. You will, you said softly. I know you will, but give us some time. I'm only 18. He nodded, but didn't say anything else for a while, and you both stood waist deep in the water just staring off in different directions, awkward as heck. Do you want to go to the pharmacy? He asked in a low tone after a few minutes. You nodded. You both turned and walked out of the water, getting your towel and drying off before heading back to the villa and putting some clothes on. I'm not ready for a family yet, you kept thinking as you both headed for the pharmacy down the road. But at the same time, I really love the idea of having Dabi's baby. You glanced at him as you walked beside him. He looked so dejected. What if I bought the morning after pill and didn't take it, but had it there just in case I changed my mind? You thought again as you looked at him. Just thinking about it, he would be an amazing dad. The two of you entered the pharmacy, and you went to the counter to ask for the morning after pill. The lady got it for you and told you when to take it, and then handed you the receipt, and you paid for it at the front counter. I got you hemorrhoid cream, you joked to Dabi. He didn't react. Are you seriously that sore about it? You asked with a slight amount of exaggeration. Come on, Dabi, you can't be that serious. I see me, with our little girl. We're going to visit Mummy at her shop, he said as he strolled along beside you, hands in his pockets. We walked past some bum who's blowing up balloons, making animals out of them, and she asked me for one, so I get her one. The dude blowing the balloons is crap, so it just looks like she's carrying a giant balloon penis. You cracked a smile as he continued. She carries it proudly to your shop, marches through the door with it. I announce that it's the life-size model of my dick. Some old lady faints, your day's ruined, the end. You snorted with laughter. You're such an ass, Dabi, he said with a smirk as he punched him in the arm. He cracked a small smirk as he continued to walk beside you, his turquoise eyes watching the path ahead of you. I still want a family, but it's up to you, I guess. He grunted. Of course it's up to me. I'm the one with the vagina and a womb here, you retorted. Ah, yeah, and a good one at that, he replied smartly. That sounds so weird. I don't know where to go with that one, he replied with a sweat-dropped look on your face. I know where to go with that one, he replied deviously, quickly grabbing you around the waist and hoisting you up over his shoulder, carrying you like a surfboard. Dabi, I swear to God, you take a Viagra pill every single day, you said as you kicked your legs in the air. 2, actually, he replied nonchalantly. 1 for each dick, you retorted. If I had 2 dicks, you'd definitely know about it, because I wouldn't even hesitate to... Okay, you screamed. Let's not even go there. Actually, that reminds me. You want to try it through the back door sometime? He asked casually. What the heck? He laughed. You literally just asked that like you were asking if I wanted pizza for dinner tonight. You want to do it from the back and have pizza for dinner? He asked again. You snorted. I have an actual question for you. What are you going to do when you finish school this year? You asked as you gave up trying to get down and let him carry you. Dunno. He replied. You going to go to college? You asked. Meh. He said with one shoulder shrugged. Let's go to Kapuru together, you said with a soft smile on your face as you looked down at the pavement slowly moving by. Why you want to go there? He asked as he reached up and patted your ass. Stop it! You squealed as you swatted his hand away. I want to go there because I think I want to be a volleyball instructor, you replied. Plus they have a very good volleyball team. A mixed one. Are you implying that you want to be on the same volleyball team? He asked as he swung you off his shoulder and set you back down to walk beside him. Well, yeah, you don't? You asked a little defensively as you did a little skip to keep up with him. I think we'd make a good team. Dabi didn't reply as he thought for a bit. And there are cheap houses nearby that we could do up and live together, you sung mischievously and invitingly. Imagine it. You and me living together, going to college together, he said invitingly. Man, Dabi needs to calm down, stay tuned for chapter 18 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.